Hantavirus: Shadows from the Rodent World, a documentary narrative. In the quiet corners of our world, where humans and nature intersect, a silent threat lurks, carried by unassuming rodents that share our homes, farms, and wild spaces. Hantavirus have claimed thousands of lives and puzzled scientists for decades. From the battlefield of the Korean War to a deadly 1993 outbreak in the American Southwest, and the recent clusters like the 2026 Andes virus incident on the cruise ship. These viruses remind us of the fragile boundary between animal reservoirs and human vulnerability. This is the story of hantavirus, its ancient origins, devastating effects, scientists' breakthroughs, and the ongoing fight to prevent future outbreaks. The name hantavirus traces back to the Hantan River in South Korea. During the Korean War, over 3,000 United Nations troops, particularly American soldiers, fell ill with a mysterious disease characteristics by fever, hemorrhage, and kidney failure, known as Korean hemorrhagic fever. It baffled military doctors. The mortality rate was significant and the cause remained unknown for decades. It was not until 1976 that South Korean virologist Ho Wong Lee isolated the Hantan virus from the striped field mouse. This breakthrough identified the pathogen behind hemorrhagic fever with renal syndrome, one of the two main clinical syndromes caused by hantavirus. Fast forward to 1993, in the Four Corners region of the southwestern United States, a cluster of young, healthy adults died from acute respiratory failure. The CDC and local health officials investigated the culprit, a previously unknown hantavirus later named cynomolvirus, carried by deer mice. This led to the recognition of hantavirus pulmonary syndrome, also called hantavirus cardiopulmonary syndrome. The outbreak was linked to heavy rainfall and a boom in rodent population following the E9 event. Since then, hantavirus have been found on every inhabited continent except Antarctica. Old World hantavirus primarily cause HFRS, while New World ones cause HPS. Over 40 species are now recognized, with more than 20 pathogenic to humans. Hantavirus belong to the family Hantaviridae. They are enveloped, negatively sensed, single-stranded RNA viruses with a tri-segmented genome. The segments encoded the nucleocapsid protein, glycoprotein, and the RNA-dependent RNA polymerase, respectively. Unlike many viruses, hantavirus do not cause overt illness in their rodent reservoirs. The animals shed the virus lifelong in urine, saliva, and feces, often through aerosolized particles. In humans, the virus targets endothelial cells lining blood vessels using integrins as receptors to enter cells. This led to increased vascular permeability, the hallmark of both HFRS and HPS. Without direct massive cell destruction, immune responses, particularly T cell activation and cytokine storms, drive much of the pathology. Hantavirus are remarkably stable in the environment under cool, moist conditions, but sensitive to heat, drying, and disinfectants. Primary transmission occurs via inhalation of aerosolized virus from rodent excreta. Activities like cleaning sheds, sweeping cabins, or disturbing nests are high risk. Less commonly, bites, scratches, or ingestion of contaminated food or water can transmit the virus. Direct contact with fresh urine, droppings, or saliva is dangerous. Crucially, most hantavirus do not spread person to person. The major exception in the Andes virus in South America, which has documented human-to-human transmission, likely via respiratory droplets or close contact This virus evident in the 1996 Argentine outbreak and the 2018 to 19 village cluster. In 2026, ANTV caused a notable outbreak on the MV Hontius cruise ship in the Atlantic, linked to multiple countries, highlighting risks in confined space.